what's going on? Welcome to Teasing the NFL, your destination for NFL teaser bets. I'm Daniel Saludo along with Andrew Chang here. We are taking you through the early afternoon games for Week 9 of the 2020 NFL season, and we have the Carolina Panthers going to the Kansas City Chiefs. Ooh. Super Bowl champion, of course. Kansas City is the favorite here at a nice big number of 10.5, and your total is 52.5. So Carolina gets teased up to plus 16.5. Kansas City gets teased down to minus 4.5. Your over gets teased down to 46.5, and your under gets teased up to 58.5. Pretty high scoring. Not as 60, which I'm actually a little surprised at, but 58.5 is still kind of a high watermark in my opinion.
Yeah.
So
for Carolina, maybe. Well, God, Carolina. That's the wild card in this game. I feel like they look great when they played the Saints, but maybe that was just like a revenge,
well, it's a divisional game.
That too. But let me just touch base on KC. We didn't really doubt that they could do it. I just didn't see a value of teasing last week's line, which was
20
KC
to 14.
minus 20. I was like,
because you're gonna feel really dumb,
right? When it doesn't hit, right?
We got a little bit of heat on it, and on our last KC video, but
were there some arrows?
It wasn't some arrows, but it was just like the dude made a good point that you should expect KC to kill him, which they did, and that's kind of just more the conservative thinking of me. So that's why.
Yeah, I mean, of course the better team would always come out and win, but like that much, sometimes,
But they're that good. That's the argument. The argument is they're that good.
Okay, yeah, but I feel like Andy Reid is a bit crafty. He doesn't really want you to know like what they're gonna run, because all these plays that you get in to dominate, to score, people will look at that. So not necessarily like, we're just putting the hurt on you for a statement. I think Andy Reid is saying, I don't really want to show any tricks up my sleeve and
play vanilla.
One of those. So it's just like, just run the same play like twice. If we scored once on them with that play, run it again. Like, it's that kind of team. So I don't think I was wrong and not betting them. I just didn't feel comfortable with that line. Now, albeit, gosh, in the
end, it looks easy money.
Yeah, but when you start to put your money in, you're just like, wow, like minus 20, like, gee whiz, like that. You were not happy until probably like the late in the third.
Quarter, fourth quarter.
You were still like kind of sweating it. If the Jets had a touchdown or a field goal and answer with a field goal, probably would have been out of your money.
So going back to this game now, where are you leaning?
Oh, dude, KC minus 4.5. The wild card is Carolina. I just don't think. Especially with what they showed me last week, albeit it was kind of like a weather issue. KC is just a better team, and especially after the hurt that they put on the Jets, I think they're gonna ride in with that energy, keep it up. It's at Arrowhead Stadium, even though it doesn't really matter in the season.
Yeah,
I'm
glad you noted that.
Yeah, exactly. That even though it doesn't really matter, but they're at home. I think they're a little more comfortable, and I think that they will just get the win outright by, hopefully a touchdown. I don't think that Carolina can keep this close, which probably brings me to what I think you might be leaning on, so go for it.
Go ahead. Tell me. What do you think I'm thinking? I want to see if he's psychic.
I think you actually like the value of plus 16.5.
A lot of people would not think that's value per se.
I think
10 to 16.5 is not a lot of professionals would consider that value. I'm just saying.
Okay, but look, we're not professionals. We live in the real world. Real stuff happens. Not in these
live in
little
the real world
offices.
They live in the real world
look,
too.
I don't have.
They make money. They're sharps for a reason.
I don't have all these people running numbers for me and this and that. We have to go based on our own research, Danny. Our feelings, our emotions,
they do
our
too.
observations.
They do too. They do their homework.
No,
they do. No, all professional sports bettors do have help. But a lot of them handicap their own games. They have their own power rankings, much like kind of we handicap our own games. So.
But, I mean, you're getting 2 touchdowns. You're arguably No, you know what? You're not as bad as the Jets, as Carolina.
I'm glad you can say that because every team is better than the Jets.
Well, I mean, but you're not a bad team. Carolina is just, if they had C-Mac, this line wouldn't be like that.
Well, I'm glad you say that because there's a very good chance CMC starts this game.
Oh, see, I knew this guy.
So that is part of the reason why. And yes, he is correct in predicting that I am going to choose Carolina. But even if the Panthers didn't have C-Mac, I think the offense is good enough to keep up enough to cover 16.5. Carolina's proven that their offense can get enough points on the board as long as Bridgewater is healthy enough. So that's my one argument with it, and I honestly just want to be a bit of a contrarian to him in this case. So I feel
because I was contrary to you on what are we?
We've been opposites on a couple of the games, but. Oh, you mean in the Baltimore Indy game?
Yeah,
it's a little different. But I mean, this is a game in which I think both teasers hit, so I don't think you can be wrong picking one side or the other. Now I'm going to look really stupid if Kansas City blows them out by like 24. I'm going to be looking really dumb, but I don't perceive it to be that way. So
I definitely don't perceive it to be that way either. I don't think that you're necessarily dumb. I mean, all bets look good until like the outcome. You know what I'm saying?
There's plenty of really dumb bets that you're just like giant face palm.
Oh yeah? Like maybe a money line for the Jets? There we go.
10-1 odds.
So anyways,
I can 10-1 odds. Puncher's chance.
So yeah, I don't think Carolina is that bad of a team just to roll over and play
I just worry a little bit about their defense because their defense is not as good as it was at the beginning of the season because of injuries. So that's my only concern about this.
To make your argument even better, you know that KC is notorious slow starters.
They definitely can be. They're actually a good team to bet unders on in the first quarter to first half.
That's my
It's not a bad choice. So I get that from a guy named from wagertalk.com. His name's Mid-Major Matt, and it's something that he recommends on numerous occasions. So go check him out on Twitter at Mid-Major Matt. He's got really good information on things like prop bets. That's one of the big things he does. So give him a follow.
There you go. See, and yeah, I think I can agree with Major Matt do whatever this and that. But yeah, Carolina is not the team to not answer for some of these touchdowns.
They'll answer the bell.
Yeah,
they'll answer the bell.
Yeah, for sure. But speaking of Bell, he's probably going to be playing in this game too.
He should be. Lev Bell should be playing in this.
Curious to see what that Washington guy does. You know what I'm saying?
Quickly touching the totals on this, I actually was thinking the under, but if I'm expecting this game to be close enough for Carolina to be able to cover the spread, I have to pick the over then.
I think the over is I think it's a safer bet. Yeah. I think because KC can definitely put up points if it's perfect weather. And
it should be.
Even if it's not perfect weather, they'll put up
should
points.
Should be good weather out there.
And Carolina. I mean, they didn't look that good against the Falcons, but they can put up points.
That was a Thursday night game, so
don't remind me. Don't
a little bit of a
remind me.
Was it?
Yes, yeah. Danny, it was.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But we'll go over that game in the review in a later video.
Oh God, no, we won't.
But yeah, so we both like both teams. Andrew favors Kansas City -4.5, which actually I don't disagree with. I just like plus 16.5 with Carolina a little bit more, and I want to be a bit of a contrarian to him. So,
well, you didn't like the plus 26?
I did. I picked it and lost.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I picked it.
Oh, you did
because I worried about KC going like, oh cool, we're up 21. You're good.
Oh,
you're good backup.
So I picked KC then.
No, you picked the over.
Oh, well, the overhit then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I got to push. I got to push in the Jets. Which is not a loss.
Oh.
Which is not a loss, but if you bet the Jets on a teaser and you pushed on that, you lost the juice. So it's a loss in my opinion.
But you want my respect. For sure. That takes a lot.
I just couldn't. Yeah, I know. I look like an idiot. I look like an idiot now.
Yeah, how do
but
you
that's
feel about
that's
being
a
a
whole nother
contrarian
thing.
now, bro?
No, but I'll stick with it in this. I'll stick with Carolina plus 16.5. I think it's a few too many points for KC to cover over that much. So I'm going to take the 16.5.
Well, fantastic, Danny. Hopefully you don't bet this game so I can tell you one more time and say, I told you so.
Thank you. But let us know in the comments what you think of this game, how you're betting it, what you perceive as the best value in this, whether it's a spread or the teaser. Let us know. We always like hearing it. But for Andrew Chang, I'm Daniel Saludo. Make sure if you like the content you got in this video, give it a thumbs up, give it a like, subscribe, tick the notification bell, and select all. That way you stay up to date with all of our latest previews and videos for the rest of the 2020 NFL season. Just want to say thank you for joining us and watching this video. Make sure you get your bets in, and of course, don't forget to be a tease.